Hi, Coach. Merry Christmas. Talk about Jason, and how his game has expanded in so many ways.
Well, we've talked about the need to drive the ball, the need to, continue to put pressure on people off the bounce and to the rim, and I thought he did a good job of picking his spots there today. He had a couple of great opportunities in the mid-range that were really good shots that actually didn't go down for him, but I thought he chose when to shoot it right and then attacked at other times, and obviously he's got the little sidestep and different moves to get the three off, and he's done a good job, and I was really happy with our team for finding him. As he got hot, they were locked into him, and I think that's a good thing.
We haven't seen a lot of Romeo yet. Got some extended time today. Did some nice stuff at both ends. What did you make of him and getting him taking advantage of an opportunity to play a little bit?
His defense was excellent today. Just if you go back and even watch the Dallas game, it's night and day what 3 games of experience will do for you. He may not get to play as much when we have our full roster, but I think what this does is it gives you great comfort in that if you have to throw him in there for an extended period of time, he's going to do exactly what we need to do. And he's a very versatile wing defender. He got his hands on some balls. He chased people off screens, and he played really hard. Obviously knocking down those shots is always nice, but I was encouraged by Romeo's play all weekend.
Speaking of, following up on that with Romeo, you called the ATO for him, and he hit the 3. I mean, that's got to kind of be a confidence booster.
Most of the time, though, people help off the opposite side. And if you look at the opposite side, I had Jalen and Jason on it, so I don't know that I'd give myself a whole lot of credit for calling that. I put Romeo there because I thought they'd help a little bit off him, but I didn't know they'd come all the way into the paint. So that was more of a great read by Kimba than a draw up by Brad.
Thank you.
Yep.
The focus on Jason and, to a lesser degree, Jalen's scoring, but it seemed like they were both passing very well tonight and moving it. Can you speak to maybe what you saw from what their court vision?
We just need to keep doing that, keep finding other guys, just keep making the right play over and over. Like I said, Tatum probably, I thought all the plays where he made attacking the basket and shooting the ball were right. Just focus on that. Don't worry about anything else. Sometimes, like Jalen, I thought had a great night, even though he, only shot 14 and only scored 16. I just thought he made a lot of right plays, and all that other stuff evens itself out over time when you have really good players. And we're lucky because they came out firing, and we didn't do a great job early on. But then I thought, those guys, made some timely plays to kind of settle us down and keep us in the game.
I got it. Thanks. Coach, talk about Grant's role and how you see it evolving, please.
Yeah, I thought he was good today. This is a harder team to guard with as much switching as we've been doing, because inevitably you find yourself on Rozier or Graham, and that's just hard right now for him. But I thought he did a good job in a lot of possessions. But then I thought he played really when he was at the 5 at the end of the first half. I thought we were good, and then he just has continued to show some versatility on both ends that I think will be able to help us. Him being able to play the 4 has been something that he's developed into over the past month. And so being able to play both is helpful.
Jason Tatum had 3 blocks and 12 rebounds.
Yeah.
Defensively, we all focus on the scoring, but what have you seen from him defensively?
I think it's probably – I can't believe it's not talked about more, how good he is defensively. I think for whatever reason that gets lost in the shuffle. And how much effort he's been playing with all year has been he's really become a great defender. His length, he chases balls, he challenges shots, gets his hands on balls or keeps them in their mind that he's behind them with that length. And then he's a great rebounder from the wing. So he's a really good defender. He's a big reason why our defense is where it is as a team, and we need him to keep continuing to be at that level.
And not to like gas him up over this, but this is not something
I think
that's
we already
typical.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be a
didn't
little
get-
too late. But
Yeah.
this is not typical for a guy that's so focused on scoring to give. Usually you see guys who focus on scoring not give that effort on the defense end and kind of save themselves for the offensive end. But he seems to be kind of continuing.
He's been a good defender since he got here. And I think he's just improved at the rate you would think that a guy in his third year should improve. But his ability to guard guards off screens, especially off ball screens, and impact them with his length has been really important for our team defense this year. I think it's, again, because, we can end up putting him on some of those guys, so that Kimba's not in every single one of them.
Not to really gas him up, but another area that he's improved defensively is he's no longer closing out too hard and kind of throwing himself out of the play. Seems like he's just become a lot more disciplined in different areas, but offensively he's also kind of become more disciplined too. How much does kind of having growth in one area
He's just
play off the
he's
other?
just more experienced, and I think that just comes with time. I think it's. I think just as much as taking himself out of a play, 2 years ago, it was getting up into the ball and being able to pressure and trust his speed, trust his ability to catch up to a play with, he doesn't have to be exactly even with somebody. He can be a quarter step behind, but his arms are so long he can catch up. So it's just what you learn through experience. He's a good defender, and I think that he can, he's a big reason why our defense is what it is. Thank you.